Come, 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 come. Ooh, do not walk, do not walk. I need you to run, I need you to run. Because if you love Mr. Sunshine, then Song of Bandits, you need not to walk, you need to run and go watch Song of Bandits. Oh my goodness. So good. Oh my word. Oh, I don't give a damn. I'll hunt you down tonight. Hi guys, if you're joining me for the very first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was so excited when I saw this. First of all, they described this show as Mr. Sunshine meets the good, the bad, they called it, and the weird instead of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's almost like Mr. Sunshine meets your country western show, if you will. But oh, it's so good, so good. And I believe this is part one, right? The way, if you watched the way it ended, we need a part two or season two or something, because I need to know what happens. I mean, we know based on the history of South Korea or Korea and Japan that obviously Korea won from the Japanese. So, oh, but what an excellent, excellent show. It's called Song of Bandits. It dropped on Friday, and you know your girl binge watch, because let me tell you, once you start watching, it's one of those. I'm sorry, if you had things to do, you may have to drop them down or go get your work done, then come down and sit down, because once you start watching, there'll be no stopping. Oh, so good. And the cast is beautiful. Anyway, for anybody who doesn't know what Song of Bandits is, obviously it's a period piece, and it's really about the history of Korea. I believe it's all of Korea. I know now we have North and South. It used to be called Joseon. That was the name of Korea in the past. And as we know from history, if you've read any history about Korea, Japan had occupied Korea. And it's in the 1900s. And what the Japanese wants to do, because they kind of own the Koreans and really treating them like slaves. It was pretty sad to see how they treated them. Now they're trying to create a railroad, go from Japan that cuts through Korea straight to China. And it was all up for making money, right? And here is the Koreans just stuck in between, being treated as slaves and like nobodies by the Japanese and the Chinese. And let's just say the Koreans are not feeling great about this. And I loved what the character of Choi Chang-so said. He said, I apologize that my generation left to the new generation this almost like a curse and this hardship. The fact that you are born into the fact that Japanese has taken over, and now you don't know which allegiance to take. Some are working for the Japanese, like the character of Lee Gwang-tu. I mean, he ended up working for the Japanese army. On the other hand, he's Korean. And also the lead character, Lee Yoon, same thing. He worked for the Japanese and he's Korean, and obviously it bothered them because some of the orders that they're taking is to hurt their own bloodline, their own people. And when Choi Chang-so says, I am so sorry that that's what our generation left to your generation. And I believe he was saying that to the character of Yeon Gyeon, because he could tell just how hard it was to balance the two, if you will. But let's just say comes a time when it's like enough is enough. And that's what happened with Lee Yoon. He used to work under Gwang-tu. We are told they obviously grew up together. They were actually very close, and then they end up signing up to work for the Japanese army, if you will. And let's say Lee Yoon, they do this mission and he hurts a lot of Koreans, and it does not sit well with him, and he's like, enough is enough. And he wants to leave, and let's just say Gwang-tu is like, no, you're not. So really, this becomes the, they were friends and now they become rivals. And then now Lee Yoon is like, I would like to help my people, almost like he wants to repent from what he's done. We're told of a story, obviously, that, has to do with the character of Choi Chang-so. So you have to keep watching to see how the two are related and why he felt like he needed to repent. But in the process of all that, I love what Choi Chang-so said to him, look, it seems like you don't care if you die or not. Why don't you leave a mark for yourself? And maybe what you do will help the Koreans in the future, right? What you do now, the changes we make right now may help the next generation, was his point. And what he decided was like, look, these Japanese are gonna put this railroad in between from Japan to China, and in between is Korea. They look at us as nobodies. I love the line when he said, I want them to remember us as humans. I want them to see us as humans, right? And so what do? They put a crew together of bandits. What's going to happen is we're going to need money moving from Japan to China over here to build the railroad. And the whole mission of the bandits is trying to intercept the money. Now, the person who is going to be transporting this money will surprise you, because let's just say there is some sort of a love triangle that is really like so good, which by the way was a little bit like Guan too. I'm like, how is it that you love her too? Is it because you saw your friend loved her first? I don't know. You guys can tell me. I was like, you love her too? What? I don't get it. But you have to keep watching. I don't want to say too much because I want you to watch it. But fantastic show. I loved all the different characters. Obviously, we have Choi Chang-so as the leader. I love that his skill is a sword. He's old school. He's got the sword. He's got the bow and arrow. He does not miss, man. He does not miss. The choreography of this in the action scenes are incredible. There was one scene where Lee Yoon and Yeon have to duel, where it's like at first they're enemies, but now they almost have to like, let's work together to get rid of these people around here. And the way they like look at each other and then they go behind each other and then they go into the shooting, that was so well done. It was so pleasing to watch, and the gun shooting, and it was so good. It wasn't too much shoot. They gave time for a storyline and then would go to action. They'd really give us a chance to learn each character. Oh, so good. The other character I loved was Sun Gun. He was really the sharpshooter. He could never miss with the gun, with his glasses that always looked like they needed repair. And he's kind of a sensitive guy. Then there was Chorin Gi, and he was a master with the axe, right? Give him a gun, he does not know where to shoot. The bullets are going everywhere, but give him the axe, he does not miss. When he throws that thing, it's like right there, right? So good. And then there was Yoon Sum, big guy, he's known for his strength, and I mean, grab one little person and just throw him away. Crazy. And then we have Kim Seung-bok. I loved her. I love that actress. She's always fun in every show, and in this one she does not disappoint. She's acting like big sister to Lee Yoon and running this almost like a bed and breakfast or like an inn, and she's also the one who's hooking up people with guns. So good. And she does not take any trash. Anybody loved her so much. And then obviously involved in the love triangle between Lee Yoon and Gwan-tu is Nam Hee-shin. Oh, she is beautiful, gorgeous. I just loved her and what she stood for. When you get to watch and see what she was doing, so good. And then last but not least, I love badass, that is Yeon Gyeon. Oh, she was good. She was also really good at obviously the shooting and the fighting, and she's a little bit of a hothead. I'll give it, she's more emotional, acts emotional, but what you see is the dilemma that they're stuck in the fact that the same people who are supposed to be your own people will hurt you. On the other hand, it's almost like because of Japan being there and they're being pulled in every direction, it's the most saddest thing, because what it did was make you turn on your own people. But just a fantastic show. You have to watch the Song of Bandits. If you love Mr. Sunshine, and if you've not watched Mr. Sunshine, I'm gonna judge you. You're not a real Korean drama fan, because everybody who's a Korean drama fan has watched Mr. Sunshine. So if you loved Mr. Sunshine, then you have to watch the Song of Bandits. And like I said, I bet you there will be a part 2, because we only got 9 episodes. They're about maybe 50 to an hour long. It's obviously there's dabbing too, you know, for some of you who are like get tired of the subtitles, but you, like I always say, if you've been here, you need to watch it in the language of origin, because the acting, oh my God, the acting would just, it comes through. But it's so well done, from the scenery to the acting to the costuming, the music. Woo, I don't give a damn. I'll hunt you down tonight. Oh, it's that song. It kept on ringing. Oh, so good, so good. You have to, like I said, don't walk, run if you have not. Put this on your list and start watching. It's fantastically done, so that when part 2 or season 2 comes out, you are ready. The acting, like I said, the actors did a fantastic job. It was all so well done. You can tell no cost was spared in everything that was done. I mean, the whole production, just well done. Chef's kiss, like they say, right? Anyway, have you watched? What did you think of this? Oh, so good. And by the way, the lead actor, I saw him in that movie, in that show, what was it called? Live Up to Your Name. When he played like that doctor with the acupuncture, he was so good in that. But this, I loved it so much in this as well. But so much fun. Anyway, if you do love my video, as usual, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. I'm also reviewing Destined with You. So if you're watching, join us. We're doing that once a week, usually Thursday or Friday, our review. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Deuces.